Hey everyone, it's Christina Tali. We're back for yet another episode of That Trans Geek Girl, and today I actually have some guests. First we have Brian Miller and Kirsten, right? Kirsty, okay, and Kirsty. As you know, Brian Miller is with Star Wars Canon Library, as well as Breaking the Fourth Wall and War of the Stars. I was getting there. And we also have Chris Stolle, who is the CEO of Realm of the Mist, Breaking the Fourth Wall, Gaming XP, Press A Gaming, and shows up in just about every other show, including this one, obviously. So,
and my daughter's pencil reminds me of the Price is Right microphone. And now let's go to Christina with the information of Trans Geek Girl today.
You know, you should have just said, it goes, remember to spay and neuter your pets.
We tried to spay and neuter Brian. It just didn't work.
Well, apparently it did.
Apparently it is working.
Anyway, so the reason we're here today and the reason we have this episode going on is we are going to talk about Star Wars. Yes, the behemoth that is Star Wars, but not just anything about Star Wars. We are talking about the parody life of Star Wars, the fan films, the parodies, the little hints that certain shows like to drop in Star Wars, things along those lines. This is what we're talking about today.
Imitation is the ultimate form of flattery, and Star Wars has the ultimate amount of imitations, namely being Star Trek. You wish you were Star Wars.
You wish.
You wish.
Suck it, nerds.
Han Solo is a douchebag.
Speaking about that, let's talk about our first movie, Fanboys.
Yes.
So Fanboys takes place, well, we'll talk, let me do a little quick intro on Fanboys. Fanboys takes place in around 1990,
It was the end of 1998.
Yeah, 98, right before episode 1 was about to release. And it follows the story of 4 friends who traveled cross country to break into Skywalker Ranch and steal the movie so they can see it because their one friend was dying of cancer. So, I know I've seen the movie. I hope you guys have seen them. I know you guys have seen the movie, so what the fuck am I talking about?
I fucking hate Star Wars. I wouldn't watch any parodies.
Yeah, bullshit. Are you wearing a Star Wars shirt right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Guys, I looked for the Blu-ray for that movie for, a year? And we finally stumbled across it in a mall one time because I was wanting her to watch it. And I finally bought it. I was like, and we were flat broke. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm buying this movie. Like, I don't
found
care.
mine at Walmart. I found mine at Walmart in the $6 Blu-ray bin.
Best $6 you ever spent.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that movie. All right, so let's talk about Fanboys here. So first of all, let's ask, what are your favorite parts of Fanboys?
I'm going to say the cameos from Star Wars with Ray Park, Carrie Fisher, Billy D. Williams, especially the one line. Who?
William Shatner.
Yeah,
William Shatner, yeah.
The Nerf herder. He was just a Nerf herder.
Yeah. But no, especially the one scene with when they're breaking Linus out of the hospital, and Carrie Fisher is the doctor's like, no, 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 you can't go anywhere. And he's like, please, I need this. And she finally pulls some pills out of her pocket and gives it to him. She's like, take 4 of these a day. And he like throws the pills back, grabs her face, and kisses her. And he's like, I love you. And she goes, I know. And then they push him off past her and out the door. Love it.
I will say probably my favorite part, one of my favorite parts, was not even a Star Wars part necessarily, but it was the part with Jane, Silent Bob when they popped up. And you got Silent Bob standing outside the bathroom, and here comes Jay. Come on, I'm not doing this shit again. I was like, he's nice, right? It's like a woman, right? Told you.
Oh God, I forgot all about that part.
Yo, baby, ever have your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat? Yeah.
That one, and also the Nos scene was freaking classic too. I will say that as well. When he hits the Nos in that van and the R2 unit lights up on the roof of that freaking van, screams, and that thing takes off and they crash to a sign.
And then it's the shape of Vader and their taillights are the eyes. Yeah. It's freaking awesome.
All right, so Chris, what's one of your favorite moments of Fanboys?
When the two of them got the girls back into the room and they were using the Jedi mind tricks to try to get them to get undressed, and they were doing
the escorts.
The escort, and later on they find out they were escorts, and then the pimp comes in, and when he finds out they're Star Wars fans, he's all about like, oh my god, I'm so looking forward to the movie, and he shows his tattoos, and he's got a fucking Jar Jar Binks tattoo. He's like, this guy's gonna be the shit.
Actually, another great scene too is when they meet Rogue Leader. That was
I'm a pedophile!
And everyone's like, oh, it's a dude. No, it's like a 14-year-old girl. Then he gets his ass kicked by Harry Knowles. I mean, come on. Which one of you is...
Which one of you is Rogue Leader? Or what was it? Wait, what was it? Red 5. Which one of you all... What?
His name in the movie was Windows.
Yeah, Windows.
That's right, yeah.
Like, he got knocked out by by Harry Knowles. So, Kirsty, which one of your favorite scenes?
I would have to say probably at the end when they get caught at Skywalker Ranch, and then they go, oh, well, we have to test your knowledge and see if you're really worthy of seeing this movie. I can't remember exactly all the questions that they asked him.
He started, because Danny McBride's character started asking him like all these sexual questions, and none of the guys had any of the answers. But then Kristen Bell's character was like, oh yeah, you hook her on the mouth, lead her around the room, and he's like going into detail about these things. Is that the part you're talking about?
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Also, at the end part too, another awesome part I will say is when they're sitting there threatening the props.
No, that was not awesome.
It was funny as hell. I was like, you break the Millennium Falcon, I'm gonna smash this Yoda. I was like, oh my god, this is getting really bad. Yeah, well, I'm gonna break the thermal detonator if you don't put Yoda down. I was like, stop, please.
Nobody wants this.
But that was my reaction. That's why I say it's the worst scene ever. Because when he's standing there with the freaking the model in Lucas's office, the model of the Millennium Falcon, I'm sitting there like, put that down, put it down. No, put it down. Yeah. Dude, I'm
anxiety stems from is that particular scene.
I'm sentimental, okay? I cried in Spider-Man Homecoming when he dropped that Lego Death Star.
Oh.
Did you really just go there with the Lego Death Star?
I did. You know how hard it is to put that damn thing together?
That's
what's funny? You know what's funny about that, though? Because that Spider-Man also made the Empire Strikes Back reference in Civil War with the web around it. He's like, you guys ever seen that old movie, The Empire Strikes Back? He's like, how old is this kid? You know, Tom Holland said he'd never seen The Empire Strikes Back before that. He had never seen it before that, yeah.
Wow.
Let that be a lesson to all you parents out there. Do not neglect your children. Show them Star Wars.
Ignorance is not bliss.
Yeah. That's true love to your kids right there, showing them Star Wars.
You know what? That's no lie. One of the greatest things I waited for was the day I knew my kids would sit through Star Wars, and I sat them down. Like, my daughter's favorite movie up until that point was Frozen. You know, she's 8 years old. You know, and she'd always run around, I'm Elsa. And, well, she's 8 years old now. She was like 6 when I showed her the movies. and I'm Elsa, blah 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 blah, and then I showed her A New Hope. I showed her the right way. I showed the original trilogy first, and then I showed her the prequels, and right afterwards is when Force Awakens came out, and stuff like that. So now she's Darth Elsa. My daughter and son are upset. Like when they come over for the weekend visits here, when they go to bed at night, I put on Netflix. They have to watch Clone Wars. They go to bed to Clone Wars.
Nice.
You're doing it right, bud.
Yep, you're doing it right.
Oh.
All right, so let's move on here. So fanboys. So once again, it's not really a parody as much as for
a tribute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the brother, I would say at the end, the brother was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. When they're standing in line at the movie.
Yeah, Boba nerds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I rate this movie pretty high personally because I love this movie. I'll watch this just for something to watch because it's so funny. Like when they drive to freaking Illinois, Hutch detours to Illinois, Iowa, yeah, to go to Kirk's fucking birthplace to fuck with the Trekkies. I mean, come on now.
Enemy territory.
And they end up taking out the really bad. No, and have you ever noticed the statue they had of Kirk fighting Khan? They had huge junk, like, like what the?
Make it so number one.
What would you find? What would Sulu find in the captain's toilet?
That would be a
captain's
log.
Oh, look, we got.
Oh, yeah, just as I thought. More Lucas hounds here to mock Roddenberry.
That's right, because we're cooler.
We are cooler. That's why we get a movie every year. Star Trek doesn't.
Next,
Suck it, please.
Yeah, when was the last good Star Trek movie?
Into Darkness.
Beyond was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I actually like the reboots.
I did too. I actually like them. I like it better because they're actually watchable, except for the lens flares.
The only thing that took a while to grow on me with the and I don't want to go into Star Trek because this is a Star Wars show, but the only thing that really had to grow on me was Zachary Quinto as Spock. Like I automatically accepted the rest of the crew members, but Spock for some reason, because it's Leonard Nimoy, it's like how do you follow Leonard, But he finally did. I give Zachary his props. All right, back to Star Wars.
Anyway, back to Star Wars.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You're lucky you're in Pennsylvania and I'm in Delaware.
I'm with Christina. I rate Fanboys really, really high on the list. It's way up there. Obviously, it's not number one. We all know what number one is. I think all of our number one's going to be the same.
Yeah.
But
which I'm saving for the end. So.
Yeah.
I think I definitely would put Fanboys in my top 3.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so moving forward. Next one we're going to talk about is actually one of the 2 trilogies that have come out. And they were both on that. One was on... The one we're going to talk about was actually played on Fox, of all places. And that is the Family Guy Star Wars tribute. Which they did
Blue
3.
Harvest, something dark side, and it's a trap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to touch on, once again, our favorite parts of them. We're going to talk about them. Once again, these are straight parodies of the Star Wars. These follow the storyline to a point of each of the original trilogy, where Blue Harvest follows A New Hope. Something Dark Side follows Empire, and It's a Trap follows Jedi. So let's discuss this. What are you guys' favorite parts on this? There's so many of them, I know, but
oh god.
Well, if I got to narrow it down to one, it's when Chris first goes into the detention area and finds Leia. And aren't you a little fat to be a stormtrooper? Well, just stay here and rot, you stuck-up bitch.
Yeah, let's do Blue Harvest first. We'll go through each one. It'll be easier because they're both like a movie long anyway. So,
all right, Blue Harvest. I'm gonna say right before Obi-Wan leaves to go, he's like, "Now, Luke, before I leave, I want you to know something. Now I've had the time of my life," and he goes into this giant musical number. Classic.
The Force signaling.
Absolutely love it. Yeah, love it. God, it's
One part actually made me piss myself in that. There was a lot of good parts, but the one was where John Williams gets killed, and freaking Chris turns around and is like, "Oh, you killed John Williams! Oh, great! Now we got to finish this thing with Danny Elfman." And they started playing like the Simpsons music. I was like freaking lost it at that point.
I do love when the child I forget what his name is. The child molester.
Herbert the pervert.
Yeah, Herbert the pervert. When he was about to battle Stewie with the lightsaber battle, when he whips out his lightsaber, it's limp until he sees Chris come by, and all of a sudden, blink.
Oh, the other good one was with when the message from Leia, which was Lois in that one. It's like, seriously, we had to pay off a lot of families to keep them quiet. A lot of families.
Just stop. Now, what do I have to do? Now,
It says it's buffering.
It says
Now,
buffering.
I'm just trying to send an MPEG, and I'm just trying to tell you to wait a damn minute.
You know what? I'll just take it to him myself.
Hey, you got that bag I gave you? It's going to be a long trip.
But what's funny is when you watch these, you can almost hear Peter narrating and telling the kids that that's exactly how it happened. You can almost hear it like that's straight out of Peter's head.
Or Battle of Yavin when they did all the Red Squadron was freaking hysterical too. It's like
standing by.
Red Fox standing by, Simply Red standing by, Red October standing by.
Big Red.
And he had Porkins like so goddamn big, like it looked like one of those. Remember, Burger King had those ships that came out in the 90s.
Giant head on
Yeah,
top of it.
that's what it.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Guys, I think I got a problem here.
And the freaking Red Fox, Eleanor, no!
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Yes.
There was
That's
some
right,
straight
yeah.
shots. There were some straight shots given by Seth MacFarlane too, though. Like besides every one ending with them picking on Robot Chicken and all. The one shot that always pops in my mind is when Peter comes in as Han Solo. He's like, "Hi, I'm Han Solo, the Captain of the Millennium Falcon, and the only actor whose career wasn't destroyed by these movies."
And that's actually another great part too. Is when they were in the trash compactor, Peter finds the damn couch.
Yeah.
Look, somebody threw out a perfectly good couch. I mean, who would throw this away? And as they're escaping, they're taking the goddamn couch with them. Like,
Or when they're leaving Tatooine, and he's like, "Don't worry, kid. I know some maneuvers. We'll outrun them." And then he like slowly moves off to the side. He's like, "All you did was listed lazily to the left." And then on the Star Destroyer, they're like, "Where'd they go? There they are! Oh my God, they just listed lazily to the left. This guy knows some maneuvers."
or what do you call it? When the freaking the beginning of it, when they shoot the pod out, it has obviously R2 and C-3PO, and it goes, "Hold your fire." What?
Paying by the laser now.
Yeah, I guess we're paying by the laser. You don't balance the budget, Gary. I do. I was like, Jesus.
All we want is a rail right here. You know how many times I've almost fallen off this thing? A rail. Well, what they say? They say we couldn't have it because we'd be leaning all day. Well, none of this is going to matter when we're famous rock stars.
I just made a Darth duty.
I just sit in my pants.
My diaper's gone over to the dark side.
I've got pages of these.
Oh.
No, we can't just put a piece of plywood over it. That's completely destroy the value.
Yeah,
We
get
can throw a
estimates.
piece of
Yeah,
plywood
get
over to
estimates.
estimates.
That's a pretty big design flaw there, isn't it? Oh no, it's fine. We'll just put a piece of plywood over it. It's all right.
It's only 2 meters wide. Why, that's no bigger than a womp rat.
And Adam West God rest his soul. As
We're
Grandma
going to test it on your
Tarkin,
home planet
I'm
of
sorry,
Ultron.
perfect.
No. She said
It
no.
was perfect
Do
that
we
they
still
made
do it?
Adam West Governor Tarkin.
Oh yeah,
That's what I just said. That was like perfect right there.
yeah.
that's so big.
We've decided to test this station's ultimate power on your home planet of Alderaan. No. She said no. Do we still do it? Yeah.
Like I love this series, but we're gonna rate these at the end because we're gonna rate these as a trilogy. But let's move on to something Dark Side.
You're gonna attack them? You're gonna attack them That's what you sound like. I gotta attack them.
See, Blue Harvest sticks out in my mind the most. It's hard to speak on something dark side and It's a Trap because I don't think I've watched them as much.
Oh, come on, Mort as Lando.
Yeah.
You took the whitest
Lando,
Jewish
yeah.
guy
Yeah.
and you made him Lando. Like, that was hysterical. And the whole the carbonite freezing when you were freezing Han, and Leia's like, "I love you." Freaking Peter's terms like, "Fuck you." Like, like, damn. Like, you know what they were fucking thinking.
And then he
Right,
comes back up and he's mooning everybody in the carbonite block.
No, but the thing that I mean is, like, I've seen them and all, but I've seen Blue Harvest so much more because it took longer for me to find the other two. The only thing that really, really sticks into my head as the camera. Stop using the Force to move the camera.
Is that what happened? I jerked my cord by
Is
accident.
that what you call it now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys can't see what's going on down
This
here.
is a family show.
Bullshit.
What the fuck did that happen?
But like the one
Notified
scene
me.
that
It's
pops-
my fucking show.
with something dark side, that the only thing that really, really pops in my head that really stuck out was when they were doing the opening crawl and they were like, now just to waste money, we're going to have a dancing elephant jumping across the screen.
Or
It was so
fucking
irrelevant.
Herbert popping up as the Force Ghost.
Who?
Herbert again.
Oh yeah.
Popping up as the Force Ghost on Hoth.
That's awesome.
Oh, I do
Eat my
remember.
soup.
I do remember Luke cutting off the Wampa's arm, and it's like, oh, now me not gonna invite you to the snow monster ball.
Yeah. All I can think of is Zima soup. There you go, ba. Zima soup. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, freaking. Like I said, this one I don't think was as good. It was still good, but it wasn't as good as the first one. No.
Oh God, Blue Harvest was a freaking
Masterpiece.
gold mine.
Yeah.
So we'll move on this one to the It's a Trap.
My biggest disappointment to It's a Trap was Peter was not Jabba the Hutt.
Oh no, they have
They
freaking
jump on
Joe,
my nipple
but they
pinky.
had Joe as Jabba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that does make sense.
Yeah,
since
no
he's in a
legs.
wheelchair and he doesn't really move around a lot. So.
Yeah.
We did forget about one factor in the other two movies was how they kept placing Meg. In Blue Harvest, in Blue Harvest, she was the
Trash
Why
monster.
was the monsters in this? Shut up, Meg.
Yeah. In the first one, she was the trash compactor monster. In the second one, she wasn't a
She was
monster.
the space whale. She was the space whale.
Yeah,
that tried
she
to
was
eat
when
the
they
Falcon.
escaped. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
The
the third
space
one,
worm.
she was Sarlacc.
Wait a minute. Wasn't Joe in something dark side? Wasn't he the probe droid?
Yeah. 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 And then by the time they got to It's a Trap, they were using American Dad characters. Like,
Yeah, because
like
I
Roger
think
Kelly, and he's like, yeah, it's like, oh, we're using characters like, oh, we ran out of the budget.
yeah, he popped up as an imperial officer. That's right.
And then the goldfish
Wait a
from
minute.
American
Roger?
Dad.
No, it wasn't Roger Nine Nub.
No.
No,
I
Roger
could
was an
swear-
imperial. I think Nine Nub was the fish.
No, Akbar was the fish. Because he's going, it's a trap. It's a
That's
trap.
right. Yeah, it is German ass accent too.
Let me see who
Claude.
that was.
Was it Claude? Klaus.
Wow. Yeah, let me see who played Nine Num real quick. You guys can keep talking.
Yeah,
So
keep
anyway, yeah, I mean that was freaking like it was just funny seeing them starting to bring in the American Dad characters too at that point, like, and even the crawl, it was like, yeah, I don't know why we're doing this, but we're doing a third one.
Oh, it was Cleveland's son. The really short one.
Oh, the hyperactive one.
Yeah, it was him with the headpiece on. That's who it was. Because Mort's sitting next to him in the Falcon. That's what it was.
Oh my god.
Lord.
That's funny.
Like,
That is funny.
No. Mostly out of all those, and then even with the robot chicken ones, I don't really remember them that well. Like, obviously, the biggest one with the Family and Guy ones is that Meg doesn't actually have a particular character, that she's just always the monster.
Shut up,
And
Meg.
That. Right there, that.
Shut up.
But little known fact is whenever we go across country and we take a long trip together, instead of listening to the radio every once in a while, I'll turn it off and be like, hey, Brian. He's like, yeah, babe. I'll be like, will you tell me something dark side? And he'll fucking verbatim, guys. I'm telling you, shit you not. The whole freaking story. He will just tell it all. Character voices and everything played out. It is the most entertaining thing ever when you're driving down the road and you know you got another 18 hours to go.
Oh, don't only leave us hanging. Give us a sample.
Mm,
You have to now.
It's so worth it though, because it's so entertaining.
I'm better at it with Robot Chicken.
All right, well, we'll get there for Robot Chicken, but on the Family Guy subject, it's kind of off the Star Wars specials of it. But I can almost envision Kirsty and Brian like reenacting the scene with Meg and Peter when Peter was trying to teach Meg how to love a man. When they were trapped in the car and he rolls up all the windows and farts. Love the gas, Meg. Love the gas. If you comb his back, if you shave his back, he'll purr like a walrus. You do that to Kirsty, don't you?
No.
It's the other way around.
It's the other way around.
You shave her back?
She has straight farted in the car before and hit the lock button on the windows while we're going down the road so I can't fucking roll it down.
That's awesome.
She
I'm
is
straight
fucking
up Sith.
evil.
I'm straight up Sith over here, okay?
Freaking OG sitting here.
So let's finish off with Family Guy so we can move on here. So Family Guy, I do rate it fairly high. Like I said, I like the first one more than the other two. Like the second two, they seem like they're starting to kind of stretch a little bit more. But yeah, definitely. But the first one was by far the best one. But I'll let everyone else speak.
See, with me, my biggest disappointment with it is he didn't keep going. He just did the original trilogy. When he finished It's a Trap, I was begging Seth MacFarlane to hit the prequels.
Well, he was going to use Cleveland's show to do the prequels, and it never happened.
Well, that would have sucked anyway because Cleveland's show sucked.
Yeah.
But
I would like to see it with American Dad. That would have been entertaining.
Oh.
American Dad would have been fitting too with the way that family is. That would have been fitting for the whole political side of the prequel trilogy.
Come on, can't you just see what's her name is Amidala?
Oh, Francine?
Yeah, Francine. Francine is Amidala. Come on now.
Yeah. That would have been awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, but Roger would have been Yoda.
Well, who was Yoda in the something dark
Or he
side?
would have been Palpatine. He would more likely have been Palpatine because
he was that. I don't remember the character's name, but he was the laid back dude that was always like,
Oh, you're right.
Shut up, I don't care.
Yeah. And then Palpatine was Lois's father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd have the gay guys in there doing something too. That Stan always hated, but didn't even realize they were gay for like 2 episodes.
The greased up deaf guy.
Y'all ain't never gonna catch me.
Well, no, actually, talking about Family Guy, talking about American Dad before we move on. One part of fucking American Dad that cracked me up was the one where Stan was, like, I guess he was, like, pissed off. I can't remember why, but he was, like, he goes over, and I can't remember the gay guy's name, but they broke up, and he's like, I wish you go, and he's talking about going out on a date to figure out if he's gay or not. And he's like, I am what they describe as a power top. I think I'll get my coat. I'll get my coat.
Francine, I think the guys across the street are gay.
All right, so let's move on to what I feel actually I like better than Family Guy, which I rate higher than Family Guy, which is the Robot Chicken trilogy.
Yeah.
Just because Robot Chicken is a collection of skits as opposed to trying to tell the whole story in one chunk. So they had a collection of skits, and so many of these skits are memorable. So we could do all 3 of these together.
Falcon.
Which is probably the best skit right there, which was the phone call from Darth Vader to the Emperor after the Death Star got blown up. Who's they? What the hell is an aluminum falcon?
So I threw the whole Senate at him. The whole Senate.
You made it come out of my nose.
You guys, okay, this is the part where Brian will enact it.
I could do the whole thing.
Do it. Do it.
Now you're on.
All right. I hate you.
I love you.
You're not getting laid tonight.
I love you.
All right, so.
Watch me.
So I threw the Senate at him. The whole Senate. True story. Oh, it's so funny. You made it come out of my nose. Beep, boop, beep, doop. Oh, go for Papa Palpatine. You have a collect call from Darth Vader. Oh, hang on a second, guys. I gotta take this. Vader, how's my favorite Sith? Whoa, slow down. Huh? What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Oh, beep, beep, beep. Oh, beep. Who's they? What the hell's an aluminum falcon? All right. So who's left? Are you shitting me? Well, where are you? Wait a second. You've been flying around for 2 weeks trying to get a signal? Oh, you even smell like feet wrapped in leathery burnt bacon. Oh, well, excuse me. I thought my Dark Lord of the Sith could at least defend a thermal exhaust port that's only 2 meters wide. That thing wasn't even fully paid off yet. Do you have any idea what this is going to do to my credits? Oh, hang on. I got another call. What? I'm very busy right now. Oh, well, where are they going? I guess I'll just have a turkey club. Coleslaw, I guess. I'm not even going to eat it. What are you getting? Well, see, I always get the wrong thing. No, I'll just stick with that. Oh, yeah, that's fine. All right, bye. What? Oh, cherry Coke. All right, thanks. Sorry about that. Oh, just rebuild it? Oh, that's real fucking original. Who's going to give me a loan, jackhole? You got an ATM on that torso light bright? Now get your 7'2" asthmatic ass back here. Or I'm going to tell everybody what a whiny bitch you were about Potamami or Panda Bear, whatever the hell her name is. Oh, jeez, he's crying. Hey, come on, don't do that. I'm just dealing with a lot of crap right now. Death Star blown up by a bunch of fucking teenagers, I didn't mean to snap. All right, just get back here. Oh, okay. All right, bye. What? Oh. I love you too. I got it.
So only here on Trans Geek Girl do you get to see Brian Miller reenact Robot Chicken.
I've watched this way too
It
goddamn
is
many
so
times.
entertaining.
For an encore presentation, Boba Fett and Han Solo.
No.
Please. You
That
did it
was yours.
earlier. It's freaking
That
hysterical.
one's yours. I don't know that one verbatim.
You're
All
begging
right,
for a
Darth Vader
piece of
being
that
haunted
Boba.
by Jar Jar Binks.
I know the funny lines out of that one. Yeah, you're like, oh, what, you want a face to face? Oh, he's even better looking without the helmet.
Surprise ending. Begging for a
Oh,
piece.
what's that? You don't want to fight anymore? Oh, you got your hands up, like you begging for a little piece of Boba? Oh, you like that, don't you, you dirty little smuggler? Oh yeah.
Oh my god. And with Robot Chicken, the show falls apart. But that's all good.
I still love Darth Vader killing Jar Jar and his Force Ghost
Quick,
comes back.
get into the air, get into the air before the Separatist attack.
It is escape. Where are the pods?
Look, Misa all sparkly. I love you, Annie. Yay!
I'll be together forever. Quick, Jar Jar, homie, my main man, into the airlock before the Separatist attack. Wait a sec. If this is escape, where are the pods?
I am your father. That's impossible. And then as a child, I built C3PO.
C3P?
Yeah, C3PPP. C3PO. That's improbable.
And the Empire will be defeated by Ewoks. That's highly unlikely. And the Force is really microscopic organisms
bacteria.
called metachlorians. You know, if you're not going to take this seriously, I'm out.
I'm out.
Oh, the Boba Fett, when Boba Fett shows up on fucking Endor. That was the shit. Okay, I'm sorry,
Back
like,
to the dead, assholes.
he's like, I got him, could I? Oop. Boom! And the quarterback is toast! Oh,
Oh,
Boba got a lightsaber! Red plus blue equals purple rain! And then fucking Lair shows up and was like, nope, there we go. Surprise ending.
Watch the antenna there, baby. What's with all the clothing? That's better.
What about the
Your
dinner?
mama.
Oh,
your
and then when that skits over, then he goes to the nerds and he's like, and that would be the most awesomest thing that could ever happen in the entire history of ever.
I need another
And the guy's
sock.
Like, I think I need a sock. Yeah.
Your
Oh,
mama's so stupid she thought Jar Jar came with pickles.
yeah, your mama's so stupid she went to Bangkok to get herself a TIE fighter.
Your mama's so stupid. She thinks a lightsaber has fewer calories. Get it? Because that's why fewer calories.
Oh no, what about the janitor?
Oh, the one that pops up throughout the.
Yeah, first he's like on the fucking Death Star. He's sweeping, and it comes fucking.
He was on Naboo first.
Yeah, Naboo. That's right. And he's like, man, I really need that transfer. I really need that transfer to Coruscant. Then he's on Coruscant sweep, and it comes fucking Mace Windu splat. Like, I really need that transfer to the Death Star. He's on the fucking Death Star. Here comes the Emperor. He's like, what the hell are they doing up there?
I don't know. The nerd one made me think about the one skit with George Lucas and the nerd dressed as the Tauntaun.
I love that skit.
Oh, God.
You're George Lucas!
Oh, God.
Quick, I am your noble steed!
You do that a little too well.
That was the greatest day, how to say, and that was the greatest day of my whole life. What about when I was born? Not even close.
I do love when they finally get to the podium and George chops off the kid's bag and he's just like, they think they smell bad on the outside.
Just like in the movie!
You know, another great one they had was when they were getting the Death Star worked on. No speako minimum wageo.
Hey, Mr. Saltine, I don't tell you how to threaten your blonde kid over there. So why don't you go back over to your sit and spin and let me do my job?
The Alderaan weather report, which is like infamous on Facebook.
Oh, God.
Or for that really short scene where you have Luke and Leia in bed, like, this is fucked up. It just Luke's sitting there with a big smile on his face.
Yeah, she was disturbed. He was just like, yeah.
But one of the greatest ones, though, was on Cloud City. When Lando's like, Leia, how's the soup? You ever had soup this good? And she's like, yes. On Alderaan, he's like, princess, let it go. We're a peaceful planet. Please don't kill us. You may fire when ready. Alderaan chunks everywhere.
or freaking Lando. So who has two thumbs and betrayed his best friend? This guy. Then the middle finger competition between the Han and freaking.
Well, it's been a time and a half, but a lot of torturing to do. He gets up and what's funny, and a lot of people don't notice this, when Vader gets up and pulls the whole tablecloth with him, Chewie grabs his salad and picks it up and keeps it, and everything else goes off of it. And he's left there holding his salad.
Or more, I mean, there's so many. Or the take your kid to work day was freaking classic, dude. They're sitting on Tatooine. There's Archer droids. We're like, Dad, they're right there.
Baby, it is 165 degrees on this planet.
Again, Hondo Baba's bad day.
Oh, God. I got fucking pin like the stick drawing. You're fired.
I'm sorry, Ponda, but without your drawing arm, I just think we're going to have to let you go.
Oh, because Amazon was like it being a complete we were wanting. No, we're not. No.
He doesn't like you. I didn't say that.
Or Admiral Akbar cereal. Because your taste buds can't repel flavor of this magnitude.
That was real jump shrimp.
Or the Fonzie Chewbacca.
Oh my God.
I just thought of another one too, and I can't remember what it was now. It was freaking. It was my Lord Stormtrooper. My Lord Stormtrooper.
Oh,
my Lord.
The escalator.
Oh. Yeah, he's like, my Lord, go fuck yourself.
Or freaking or when the rip off of Episode 4 where you have Han sitting there, how you been? Oh yeah, the guy starts going in the whole
He does the barrel roll in the background. He comes over here.
What was the one where Vader and Palpatine, and Vader asks him what was the other 65 orders, and he goes into that song.
I used to know that song. I used to know it, and I can't do it now.
You know what? I'll just send you a PDF if it's not too much trouble.
Cool.
Or Max Rebo's greatest hits. Neither of us are elephants. With what's his name from NSYNC? Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
Singing neither of us are elephants. Like,
No, when Boba Fett's in the Sarlacc pit and Max Rebo's walking by trying to get to the gig, I gotta get to the gig, man. And he walks by the Sarlacc pit and he's like, and you hear Boba, hey, is there somebody up there? And he's like, there ain't nobody up here. You talking to yourself. And he keeps on walking.
Oh my god.
I made it to the gig, man. That's awesome.
So yeah, Robot Chicken definitely.
It's up
again.
there.
It sits in the top 3.
Oh, by far. I mean, I actually definitely love this series more than Family Guy. Just it's just because it's not continuous, so it was actually easier. And some of the skits, granted, yeah, they aired beforehand, and then they compiled them into a special. But to do 3 episodes like that of just complete original, I mean, think about it, it's completely original, like that what they were playing off of, using Star Wars as a basis. And it just proves that playing with dolls can be fun and not childish.
Well, I'll say this because I know we're running short on time, and I know you want to get to number 1, but we got to give credit to some one-offs too, like the Muppet Baby Star Wars episode. You know, the Phineas and
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb did a Star Wars special. Hell, even online, you can go to like Dorkly or College Humor. They've all done skits
Actually,
for Star
Dorkly,
Wars.
speaking about Dorkly, one which they did, I just saw it recently, which I was pissing myself when I was watching it. I will bring it up, was they had this guy, he walks up on the podium, he was the designer, he was one of the Death Star designers, he wanted to design the exhaust ports. And everyone's saying, fucking, as soon as he starts talking, they start shooting at him. It's like, oh yeah, it's really easy to blame the exhaust port. He goes, and, like, so get this straight. Okay, so he brings up, like, the whole map. It looks like the old school, like, map from the... He's like, so this X-Wing swoops down, shoots a rocket, makes a 90-degree turn, goes down a few miles, and hit in a tiny little exhaust port, and hits the reactor. And he's like, going off, goes, how can somebody make this shot? And it's an exhaust port. If anything, you should have pushed the bomb out. He's like, why? Oh, because we literally live in a galaxy with space wizards.
Not to pick on Dorkly, but you brought me back to Robot Chicken on one skit that we failed to, which I'm disappointed in all of us. We failed to mention.
Which one?
The Imperial officers, when Darth Vader chokes them, they had that whole entire club. We just lowered our rank and put on a mustache, and we were.
You know why they
Give 'em
do
a
that? Because they
mustache.
actually did reuse a couple of actors in Empire. Because, like, remember, Vader was force choking quite heavily in the second one or fifth one. So yeah, they actually did reuse a few actors and just stuck a mustache on them and sent them back out because it was better than recasting another person.
The one where Vader killed Jar Jar, that same lieutenant pops up with the beard and the mustache and the
glasses
Same
looking
one
like
standing there.
a Hasidic Jew, no less.
Yep.
So yeah, I just had to give that props before we moved on from Robot Chicken.
So now we are going.
I'm so disappointed in us.
Now time to move on to the holy grail of Star Wars parodies, and everyone probably knows what I'm going to. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
God bless.
Raspberry.
I
There
know.
is only one man who dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star.
Well, sir, I lost the beeps, I lost the sweeps, and I lost the creeps.
The what? The what? The what?
You know, the beeps, beep, 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 the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he lost.
You done really well.
Who are you? I'm the bearded lady. What are you? One of the freaks?
We
How many
ain't found
assholes we
shit.
got on this ship? How many
Fuck
assholes we got on this ship?
you.
No! I knew it, I was surrounded by assholes.
Now, Lone Star, you will see that evil will always triumph
That is my
because
favorite
good is dumb.
one. Is dumb.
Before you die, I want to know
So-
I am your father's, brother's, sister's, cousin's, former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing, which is exactly what you were about to say.
He did it. What?
Now say goodbye to your two best friends, and I don't mean the ones in the Winnebago.
Shit. I hate how I get my Schwartz twisted.
Or when they're in the desert and like Lone Star's getting ready to kiss the princess and freaking the droid pops up with the alarm and he's like, "What's that?" And she's like, "It's my Virgin alarm. It's set to go off before you do."
It's programmed to go off before you do. What you do here? Merchandising.
Merchandising.
You know, where the real money from the movie is made. Spaceballs, the breakfast cereal. Spaceballs, Lunchbox,
Toilet paper.
Spaceballs, the flamethrower. Kids love this one. And last but not least, Spaceballs, the doll. Me. May the Swartz be with you. Adorable.
Oh no, not again. Do. Hello, my
God.
baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime girl.
See no
Check,
more?
please.
Its head.
Oh,
it's
no.
on backwards. This is terrible. Why didn't somebody tell me that my ass was so big?
She switched from suck to blow.
No, still best line ever in that movie. One of the best lines ever. Fuck. Even in the future, nothing works.
Nothing works. What's that, dear me? What's that coming out of her nose?
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Oh shit, there goes the planet.
There goes the planet.
It was really funny. I saw this movie as a kid. Like, just like everyone did. I didn't get a lot of the jokes till I was older. Partly because I grew up in England, so we didn't have some of the same stuff. Like the Colonel Sanders jokes, like, what's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken! I didn't get that till I was older because we didn't have KFC in England like that. So, essentially, it took a little bit longer for me to get a couple of the jokes. And when I watched it as an adult, it was just even funnier. What's up, turning bubbling? You call that a radar? No, sir. We call that Mr. Coffee. Care for one? Yes, I always drink coffee when I watch radar. You know that. Of course I do. Everyone knows that. Of course we do, sir. Now that I have my coffee, I'm ready to watch radar. Where is it? Right here.
Mr. Radar, yeah. What the hell was that? Spaceball 1. It's gone to plaid.
Great. Just what we need is a Druish princess. Funny, she didn't look
She
Druish.
didn't look Druish.
And whatever is possible, try to save the car. No, sir, we didn't see you play with your dolls again. Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The hell kind of combination is that? That's what an idiot puts on their luggage.
We have the combination. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. I have the same combination on my luggage.
No more beaming. This time I'm going to
When will then be now? Soon. How soon? We found them. Where? They're on the moons of Vega. Ooh! How you been? Good, sir. Are we stopped? We're stopped. Good. What should we do now, sir? Let's take a 5-minute break. Smoke if you got 'em. Oh my god, I can go off on this movie.
Parody
A fucking King Roland.
Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the
Oh,
Hut.
pizza's gonna send out for you.
Oh my god.
So good.
Oh, the
100,000.
first introduction
You forgot late charges, which brings
Who
it
are
up
you?
to 1 million space bucks. 1 million space bucks. That's unfair. Unfair to the payor. Enough for the payee.
You better pay it or else.
Or else what? Or else pizza's gonna send out for you.
Who are you? Barf! Not in this car, mister. It's a Mercedes. Nah, that's my name. Barf! I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
Listen, I'm the ship. You're to refer to me as you idiot, not you captain. You know what I meant. Come on, Curse. We haven't heard anything from you. Come on.
No.
It's just I haven't seen him and I wasn't prepared to be in
You've
on
seen
this.
Spaceballs.
I haven't seen him recently. I've seen him while we own them all, but it's just been so long since I've seen him.
We're fixing that this weekend.
Yes,
Fixing
please.
that to after this video's done.
I'm
No
editing
kidding.
my video when this video's done.
No kidding, because Brian's favorite thing to do is whenever we get onto a topic of any Star Wars movie, film, parody, whatever, what have you, it's on constant play, constant repeat for days, for weeks, and even months. God, what was it when episode 7 came out?
On Blu-ray?
On Blu-ray is when we got it, and I swear to God, dude, months.
See, I've curbed myself a little bit. I even before the new stuff came out from Disney, I had what I refer to, and Christina will remember this. I would have 1 weekend a month that was my holy Bible time, as I referred to it. You could come over. What was the rules? You could come over and watch with me, but sit down and shut up.
That's true.
Right.
I mean, every May the 4th, I literally, like, this year, because, as you know now, there was 8 movies out technically this
There's
year.
going to be 9 by the time.
I actually sat there, and anyone who's friends with me on Facebook knows I did this. I sat there and I freaking calculated to the second so I knew exactly what time to start my marathon and what time it'll be done, and giving myself, like, 10-minute pee breaks and food breaks in between. And I had it set up. So 5 o'clock in the morning, I was awake at 4:30, so I get my morning shower and everything. I got up, popped in episode 1, watched episode 1, smoked a cigarette, watched episode 2, smoked a cigarette, episode 3, episode 3, Rogue One. I went in chronological order last year for, and yeah, I did it.
I've never watched them like consecutively like that. That's
It's
one thing
kind
I've
of
never done.
interesting. It's interesting watching it that
But
way.
if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it soon before 8 comes out.
Well, I'll tell you something, though,
'Cause
especially
the
watching
more we
Rogue
get, the longer
One.
it's gonna be.
I will say, especially watching Rogue One in front of episode 4, really, I mean, oh my God, it's like, it's perfect. Because
Well, when I went and saw
it
Rogue-
really reminds you of what's going on in episode 4, when you have the... When you have the Tantive getting blasted by the Star Destroyer, you're like, oh, she got nailed. Now it's not just like where it felt like before, where they just got randomly attacked by... No, now it's like, oh, wow, you were getting hunted bad.
Yeah.
Well, see, like, right when I walked out of Rogue One, I came home and put in A New Hope here and watched it. Like, I mean, as close to back-to-back as I could at the time. And you start to notice things in A New Hope after watching Rogue One. You're like, okay. It was like even the guy in Rogue One that walks up to Tarkin when he says the Scarif base is under attack, and Tarkin's like, I want to speak to Director Krennic, and he's like, he's there, sir. That older guy, he's in A New Hope. He's at the conference table when they're talking about the fucking Death Star. I mean, it looks just like him. He's there.
So they probably
You start to
CGI'd
notice
him in
people.
too.
Well, no, he was there in the original. Well, they might have. I don't know.
They
Because, I mean,
prob-
he's there in A New Hope. And you're like, hey, that guy was the one that was talking. Oh, okay. And there's an empty chair at the conference table in A New Hope. So everybody's like, oh, that must be Krennic's chair.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's
like,
funny how well they mashed those two movies together. Talking
Yeah.
about getting off topic, but we got to give love to the original. At this point, 8 canon movies, which are out, 9 very shortly. So, I mean, unfortunately, Ewoks... Well, there's more canon movies if you count Clone Wars, but talking about the live-action movies...
I'm talking live action. Well, a year from now, there'll be 10.
Yeah. So,
There'll be
right
10
now...
Star Wars movies a year from now.
I mean,
Maybe.
we got to give those movies
Maybe.
love. I mean, the prequels, yeah, could they have been better? Yes. But at the same time, they're still part of the story. They're still part of our fandom. And that's
You
the
know
one
what?
thing to remember. And if
You know
anyone
what?
who watches these videos for a while now knows I'm a huge Star Wars fan. If you can't tell, look behind me. I have a perfect replica of a stunt stormtrooper helmet right behind me. Brian needs to speak for himself. And also, you can't really see it very well in the video. Yeah, those are Kenner cards behind me. Yeah, Kenner Star Wars figures. Yes, I have them.
But I think Rogue One was really like the perfect storm if we're going to talk about the original trilogy or the live action saga, because not only, I mean, everybody loves the original trilogy. Anybody who's a Star Wars fan, that's their holy trinity right there. But the hate of the prequels, I've noticed, at least I personally have noticed, has died down a lot thanks to Rogue One. I think Rogue One tied in a lot of shit to the prequels. Very nice.
Yeah.
I think Rogue One tied in a lot of shit people had issues with the prequels.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, see, even a lot of the new canon stuff is making the prequels more bearable. Like the Dark Disciple novel was awesome. Clone Wars redeemed a lot of the prequels, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's making the prequels easier to swallow now. They're trying to fill in some stuff and kind of retcon some things that were there before, and it's starting to get to where it's like, okay.
Well,
now,
even
now
Rebels.
stuff makes sense. I love Rebels.
Even
Oh, me
Rebels has
too.
been tying it in really well.
That's my favorite.
Sabine.
Sabine,
That's
I
my
want.
girl.
You know who my
That's
favorite
me.
is? Honestly, Hera.
That's me.
Hera's awesome.
Oh, I love Hera too.
See,
He
But-
He grew on me, but I got to give it up to Zeb. At
I
first,
love
I'm like,
Hera.
Zeb's that Disney character that didn't need to be there, but then he grew on me.
Actually, funny quick story for you, because I was talking to Matt, and we were talking about my birthday, which is actually coming up in a little over 2 months. And I told him, he goes, I know you're gonna get me something for my birthday, because you guys do every year. There's only one thing I want for my birthday, and they're like, "What's that?" He goes, I want the Hera Pop. I've been trying to get that damn thing forever. I want the Hera Pop. And that's the only thing I really want. That's probably the only thing I'm going to get for my birthday. But that's the only thing I really want is the damn Hera Pop.
Mm-hmm. I know what I'm getting you. That Hera Black Series figure.
They have a Black
She's
Series?
been wanting. It comes out first Friday. They're doing a Hera figure. Yeah, 6-inch.
I'm going to have to order that. Why did I have to buy it? I'm going to have to order it.
I'm buying the whole wave first Friday. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, well, my Sabine over here.
See, I don't own any of the Black Series. Like, I hate trying to buying something off a new collection because I end up having to damn, I gotta go buy more of these. Like those, I'd probably buy. I mean, wish if they had a Hera one of those, I'd be all over it.
They're coming out with a Hera one of these, and they're also doing a Ahsoka, Padme.
Yeah, those.
Who
Then I
else
would buy
did
the
I
whole
say?
collection. Like, I'm probably gonna go out and buy those once they start releasing in Delaware.
We've
I
got the
have
whole
them.
set
I
now,
have them
yeah.
all so far. This is my pride and joy.
That's awesome.
I will not let Brian hang them on the wall because I don't want these to get messed up, the hang tags. In fact, I don't even really want them hanging out in the room. I'm sorry, guys. I do love showing them off, but I don't really want them hanging out because I don't want dust getting in the package.
Don't look at me. They're yours. You don't want them in here. Come get them.
You put them out. I'm
Go
just
get 'em.
saying. I don't really want dust getting in the package. These are collectibles. Collectibles.
Chances
Okay.
are dust will not get in the package. Anyway,
Yeah, see,
I looked over it, and there are some spots that are open.
it'll land
Dust-
on top of it before it goes
yeah,
in.
it won't go in there. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, anyway, so I know it's very unlike Trans Geek Girl to go into a full-on Star Wars talk, but there's reasons why we did that this week. And the main reason why is Star Wars Canon Library is celebrating their 2-year anniversary. So I have to give a shout out on this. And his episode, which has been out now for, by the time this show releases, has been out for probably about a week,
Yeah.
is a very special show because Brian, as well as
It almost
Chris,
didn't happen.
it almost didn't happen, but Brian and Chris got to do something very special, and you guys need to head over there and check out the interview they did with the one and only Nine Nub.
Mike Quinn.
Mike Quinn, exactly.
Oh,
I mean,
that
that's a
was pretty
huge
cool
thing.
yesterday.
I'm gonna, so I wanted to give to you guys.
Not to me. Give it to Brian. This was all him.
Well, you got to partake in the interview too. I just got to record it.
I got to be a fly on the wall, and I read a couple questions. This was all Brian.
But, I mean, it's just
we'll give
awesome.
the credit where it's due.
Either way you look at it, it's freaking awesome. I mean, if for those that don't know, Star Wars Canon Library is just blowing up. Like, any way you look at it, it is blowing up. I mean, you've got Pablo Hidalgo paying attention now. You've got Mike Quinn coming on the show. You need to keep an eye on this show because he's going places.
And we will be
We are riding his coattails all the way there with a skateboard. Don't let go. We're gonna lose him.
Oh my God.
So now's that time.
Whenever I get a studio and actually get a good show and get some sponsors, and I need a crew, I know who to go to.
Yeah, me.
Not real.
You guys are going to have to read a shitload of Star Wars stuff, but yeah, I know who to go to.
Yeah, me, right? Because you always
What?
need a good editor and
Hey, I've
producer.
admitted it. I've admitted it to Christina actually yesterday. It's like you're way ahead of me on the canon novels and stuff of that nature. Even though I keep up with you or actually surpass you sometimes in the comics, it's like, well, I'm like right now I have to read fucking Kristen's book, which I'm doing right now. So that takes me away from the Star Wars canon stuff. Plus, I buy them in paperback, so it's like I try to keep up with him, but he's way ahead of me on that. But that's why we're coming up with Journal of the Jedi, because at least then I could talk to him about shit we're both caught up on.
Once again, new show coming out, Journal of the Jedi, which should be dropping. Actually,
I think we're filming this weekend, aren't we, Chris?
This week, yeah.
details of release will be released soon, but keep an eye out for that show coming out too, and also keep an eye out for my other show, which is we published our first episode last Sunday, or actually 2 Sundays ago now, which is called Anime Asylum, where it's me talking about a different anime every week. So last week the first episode was about Akira, and only fair that I follow up with the next episode, which will release the following week of... So by the time you watch this, that Sunday, it'll release, which is... Ghost in the Shell.
Yay!
Ooh.
So I figured it's the only right way to follow up, considering that was Manga Entertainment's second major release. So after
And that
Akira, so
piece of crap film adaptation just came out.
I'm not even talking about that.
Good.
I don't know. It's a great movie. But I would almost think maybe the next one that should be talked about is Vampire Hunter D.
No, I'm doing this because I talked about Akira and I'm covering Manga Entertainment. I figured it's a fair jumping point, and then I'll talk about Vampire Hunter D the following week.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll cover it. Don't worry. There's lots of anime out there. Some weird, some fantastic, some like, what the hell did I just watch?
Some furry, and then there's Lady Blue or Love Blue Girl.
No, then there's Pico. Then there's what do you call it? Boku no Pico.
I don't care. I stopped with the whole hentai thing after the Blue Girl.
Boku
When I
no
saw a girl get raped
Pico
by
is-
tentacle penises, I was done.
No, Boku no Pico is like the scare is like you see it like every time you go into any anime thing, you'll see like people. Oh, you should watch this. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's literally pedophile, homosexual porn. It's the most horrific goddamn thing.
It's gay midgets fucking in a drawer. Okay,
No.
that's all you.
No, I'm just
my
kidding.
buddy
So
right
don't.
now-
So listen, anyone out there? I just learned because I was reading all these sites, like what it was. I'm like, oh nope, I'm not touching this because I almost fell for the trap too. So yeah, if anyone tells you see Boku no Pico, just be like, no, and that's it.
My buddy's trying to get me to watch Code Geass with him right now.
Code Geass is pretty cool.
Is it?
Code Geass is cool. Yeah. Yeah.
He showed me a lot of the trailers for it and stuff, and I think I'm pretty much sold on it. Because I'm not a big anime guy, but I think I'm going to
I
give that a
love
shot.
anime. I have quite a huge collection of anime. But anyway,
we do have to touch base too this week. Well, it'll be past this week when this video comes out. But the next episode of Gaming XP will be coming out, episode 4, finding out what happens in the rest of the adventures of the group running through the Chronicles of Kronos. And don't forget September 9th,
breaking
the triumphant return of Breaking the Fourth Wall, not only to Realm of the Mist Entertainment, but to Radiocast FM as well.
Also, one more thing too, talking about Radiocast FM. When by the time this radio come out, my first show it already is hit. But I am Eclectica, which is my music show on Radiocast FM, is also making its grand return to Radiocast as of Sunday the 20th. So.
Actually, I got an announcement to make for Radiocast. I've been talking with DJ Zach, and I've already got it okayed with AV that there will be another roundtable show on Radiocast live with me and Zach and anybody else who wants to be involved with it. A completely Howard Stern style show called "It Had to Be Said."
Nice.
So
So lots of
that is
exciting
coming soon,
things
too.
coming. Yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up. Remember all of our great shows, but which we will list in a second. But first of all, Brian, how can they get a hold of you? Time for it's your publicity moment.
Fair
They
enough.
can contact him through his little subordinate buddy Mike Quinn. And
You
his
guys can.
secretary Pablo Hidalgo.
Whoa! Don't say that too loud. He said it, not me. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. You guys can find me at the Star Wars Canon Library on YouTube. You guys can also find me at www.starwarscanonlibrary.com. I'm on War of the Stars, Breaking the Fourth Wall when it comes back. I show up on that Trans Geek Girl quite a bit. Yeah, you guys can find me there.
All right, and Chris.
You can find me at Realm of the Mist and Radiocast FM. I'm everywhere.
He's like herpes. He's everywhere, but shouldn't be anywhere.
I am that hemorrhoid that always flares up when you're trying to sit down on a hard chair. You don't notice me until you try to do something, and I wind up just being right there.
Just wow.
I see what I put up with all the time.
Yeah, right. See what we deal with. So that's the end of this show, Trans Geek Girl. Once again, remember to catch me on my radio show on radiocastfm.com, which is Eclectica. Also, I am on Breaking the Fourth Wall, War of the Stars, alongside Brian, and Chris shows up from time to time when we're not threatening to freeze him in carbonite.
That's because you won't give me Viagra first.
Well, we were going to make you into a desk, but...
I keep telling you, you lay me sideways, I could be a lamp.
Very short lamp. Anyway, Anyway, so you can catch me
Ryan,
on
this is
War of
where
the
you
Stars, Breaking the
this-
Fourth Wall. And I do pop up on Gaming XP as of right now, and I do pop up on other shows. I'm actually getting ready to do another stream after scrapping one stream I was doing. I'm getting ready to start streaming probably fall. I'm going to start streaming Fallout 4. So on PC. So keep an eye out for that. That'll probably be happening within the month. So until then,
You know what? If she does that, I got a fair one because I'm already doing New Vegas. Since you're jumping on my Fallout, I guess I'll be nice enough then, and the next stream I'll do is Skyrim.
Ooh.
so there we go. We got more and more stuff. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. You're right down there. Right down there. Do it. Do it. You're pointing at my head.
I'm on my screen. I'm pointing where the subscribe button would be. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
If it's
doing.
over here, if it's up Christina's nose, I don't know. We'll just go with it.
Whatever.
Just click wherever that button is.
Anyway, remember, like, subscribe, tell me what you like about the video, tell me what you don't like about the video. So, if you all want to see pictures of Brian naked or Chris naked, please comment. If you I got you.
I don't know about pictures
Those
of me naked.
exist?
I don't
You
know
can
about
delete those?
I thought I asked you to get rid of those.
We're about to have a word.
Yeah, if you want to
No,
see
no, no,
Brian
no
and
words
Chris in a
bad on my-
lightsaber battle, which is kind of homoerotic, remember to comment about it. So until
Look,
next
just
time,
just remember the Big Bang
As long
Theory
as his
episode
Schwartz
where
isn't bigger
Raj,
than mine.
Just remember the Big Bang Theory episode where Raj made the little lightsaber belt buckles and he was wanting him and Howard to have the little sword fight. That's me and Brian when the cameras are off. I'm telling you.
it really is. It's
Chris, you're going to cause me to get a divorce.
Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
As long as...
yeah, but who can use it better? On that note, until next time, this is Christina Tali, that trans geek girl, and y'all have a good one.
Adios.
Take it easy, guys.